This is the Gigabyte 950 GTX Xtreme Gaming. Basically on the Gigabyte cards, they've got their standard versions, then they've got a G1 they bring out normally, which is the first sort of optimized overclock version. And then when they really get the hang of things, they bring out an Xtreme Gaming version of a GPU. The nice thing with an Xtreme Gaming version is for a little bit of a premium over the standard one, you actually get a card that almost performs the same as the next higher level card. In this case, this GTX 950 is actually with the factory software in overclock mode, which is its quickest normal mode, which comes basically out of the box from the software. You're actually 20% quicker than a normal GTX 950, and that brings you within a smidgen of the speed of a 960 for a lot less money. What we also like specifically with these Xtreme Gaming cards is the construction is amazing. You get a very nice to touch and nice feeling backplate. It also helps with the heat dispersion, not that that's a big issue on a 950. It comes with its wind force coolers. The wind force coolers are really some of the best coolers on the market. The specific one, you can actually see all the heat pipes running through it. It comes with a 8-pin PCI Express power connection. For if you really want to push the overclocking a bit further, you can, and then you won't run into power issues on that. The feel of the card is excellent. The coolers work brilliantly. Because it's got such a huge just natural cooler without the fans, what we actually found is if you're doing some light gaming, you very often find that the card's actually running in fan stop mode, so it's just using the heatsink and it's not even actually turning on the fans, which is great for noise levels. It means the card's dead quiet while running in that mode. It does come with LED lighting for both the stop and the silent and the wind force. It is also customizable, the color from Gigabyte software. You can basically decide what you want it to look like. This is basically the lowest level card which we would recommend if you're looking to do some gaming. If you're looking at sort of lower requirement games such as World of Warcraft, CSGO and Dota, a card like this for P1080 is more than sufficient. You'll run everything really well, and you get to the point where you can run some of the newer games as well. What we've seen is Battlefield 4. If you're running it at P1080, you can get around 50 frames per second with it. Obviously this isn't with everything maxed out, it's on fairly low settings, but again it's it's a lot better than you can do on the onboard graphics. Compared to the Intel HD 530 you find on the Skylake processors, you get about 3.5 times the performance, which for real world gaming it makes a huge difference. So this is sort of the base point where we feel you can really start calling it a gaming PC for P1080. Something to keep in mind though, this isn't a card where you're going to jump in and set everything to maximum, even though it is a seriously overclocked version of the normal 950s. 20% faster than 950 still isn't something where you're going to jump in and set everything to maximum. For that, we'd at P1080 rather look at something like a 970 or the ATI 480, which isn't currently released yet at the time of making this video, but we know is coming soon. Other games, to put it a bit in perspective, GTA 5 on low settings you can get average of about 75 frames per second, which is excellent. Far Cry 4 you're looking at about 45 frames per second, which is starting to get on the low side, but is still very playable. The card's completely DirectX 12 compatible, which means if you're running Windows 10 with some of the newer titles, you would get quite a bit of a performance boost out of it. Overall, excellent package, really nice build quality, and for the money, at the moment, it's basically the best you can go. Connectivity, got a DVI, got a HDMI, and then 3 display ports. So just check what screen you're using. If you're using an older screen, you might need an adapter. But yes, from an easy gamer's point of view, this is excellent value for money. And if you're just looking for a setup to mostly play current games and you don't mind setting some of the newer current games to lower detail, this is an excellent option. If you're looking to really push the graphic details, I would rather recommend going for something a little bit higher in the range and saving up the money. Unfortunately, as you go higher in price as well.